When it gets tough, remember that you a fucking alpha. When it gets hard and nobody believes you and you don't know what else to do, I want you to go harder. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to know, no matter what it is, you got it inside you because you a fucking alpha. Your fears is what's going to make you a coward. Your fears is what's in here. Your fears is what's going to drive you, baby. Take your fears and push into them. You the motherfucking baddest motherfucker in this motherfucker, dog. Don't ever doubt yourself. Alphas! How y'all doing? Because I feel fucking phenomenal today. It's Happy Friday for y'all. So, this week we're going to talk about finding failure before finding success. The biggest thing I want y'all to understand with this episode is that if you want to be successful, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a trailblazer, everything that you're going to have to deal with is understanding how to deal with rejection. Rejection is the name of the game at this moment. Pretty much, you're going to have to accept getting those, right? When I started off with my business, I called 100 people every single day just to maybe get one yes. And I learned this when I was working at debt consolidation, which was you got to call at least 100 people to get one yes because you're going to get 100 no's. So one yes equals 100 no's. So if you call 200 people, you should maybe get 2 yeses. So you can get the math, do it in your head. So the biggest thing that I want y'all to understand is that, it's always going to come back to laying that brick and understanding that we're going to get this to be the strongest as possible. Because at this moment, you're going to have the strongest mentality at all times, right? You're going to have to deal with the smart people that try and give you smart remarks. The people are going to be laughing at you. They're not going to want to hear what you got to say. They're going to be telling you no. You're going to be reaching out to people that you thought were going to be supportive. They're not going to be supportive. They're not going to be, posting your stuff on social media, whatever it is. No one's going to come and save you at this moment. You made a decision. You got to live it. You got to be the alpha. You got to be the trailblazer. So I want to be able to, break this down for y'all and help y'all understand that, today's bricklaying that we're doing today is understanding how to accept rejection. Being able to handle the no's because you want to be able to get to yeses. I want to talk about the one time that I let fear beat me. When I was in high school, and this is something that has lived with me forever. When I was in high school, I had an opportunity to become a starter, and all I had to do was just show up to this one pregame before the season started, and play. But what happened was, and this kind of a little bit like hindsight, but let's just go back in time a little bit. Back in high school, I was trying to be wide receiver, strong safety, and I was just trying to start. They wouldn't let me start, and the only place I was starting was in special teams. And I was getting frustrated because I would have other players on the team that was talking shit to me and let them affect my mindset and let them be able to undermine how I viewed myself and my skills. And there were a lot of times that this one dude I remember, he was just always talking shit, and I just let him beat me into submission mentally. And I remember that all I had to do was go to this preseason game, and hindsight, what happened was pretty much I let this kid mentally beat me, and what happened was I skipped that day. I didn't even come to that game. I didn't get on the bus, nothing, right? And I thought what was going to happen was that they were going to call me. They were going to say, where you at? Da-da-da-da-da, all this other stuff, right? Come to find out, next day we went to school, nothing even happened, right? Like they didn't care. Like nobody called me, not even when I got to practice the next day, no one gave a shit, right? But what happened was I missed my opportunity to become a starter at wide receiver because the dude that I would have been able to, the guy that was starting at wide receiver actually happened to get his arm broken in that game. And because I was impatient and I couldn't wait to get what I wanted, and I wanted to get it when I wanted it, and I didn't want to wait till it was the opportunity to be given to me, I didn't take the opportunity that would have been given to me, and I flaked on it and I skipped because I let someone else tell me that I wasn't good enough for the position, right? And then someone else that was below me got that position to be the starter, and for the rest of the season, they were starting wide receiver. And that always stuck with me, for one, because it made me quit the football team, because that was the only place I got to start was in special teams, and I just didn't want to do that no more. And second, it showed me that if you don't show up, the biggest thing is going to be just showing up, right? The second half is actually performing, but the biggest thing is just showing up. I could have had the opportunity that would have changed my the way that my athletic career went in high school, but because I let someone mentally beat me up and take me out of my place, I allowed that to, dictate my reality, and therefore I missed out on an opportunity that would have made me, I think I would have succeeded, but I didn't get that opportunity. So I feel like that's something I wanted to share with y'all, that every time I think about quitting on something, I always go back to that. That's the biggest thing for me. And I wanted to share that with y'all, that, I let someone put fear into my head, and it beat me up mentally. And it took me away from where I wanted to get with my goals. And I always remember that going forward. So I wanted to share that with y'all. So hopefully you can remember going forward how that can help you. This brings me to Alpha Rule 102. Bam. Nobody's opinion makes your reality. Nobody's opinion of me makes my future for me, right? Like, even if someone thinks I'm lame, someone doesn't like my work, they don't think I'm a good photographer, videographer, whatever it is, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I know here and in here, I'm making dope shit. You got to be instead of being the worst critic for yourself and listening to other people outside the spectrum of right here, you know what I mean? Always being in here, you know what I mean? So you got to be strong in here. And once this is strong, all the rejections, all the no's, they're just going to slide off. Because at the end of the day, you know what you're trying to do? You're just trying to get through all the failures to get to the success. And that's kind of like black and white. And it's not really black and white, but I'm just trying to explain it in the most simplest terms so y'all can follow what I'm trying to say. If you're going to go down this route that's very lonely, very heartbreaking, you know what I mean? Like, I found out the hard way while doing this, like, no one's really going to care about what I'm doing. Even if I'm making the most amazing stuff. At the end of the day, because I'm not some famous person with a lot of money or something like that, they don't want to support me. And because I don't have the bigger name or whatever have you, they're going to bypass me even if I got the best kind of shit. You know what I mean? So my next thing I want to talk about is you always got to complete the task no matter what, right? Pay the cost to be the boss. You got to get through the no's. If you're not getting through the no's, you're not going to get to your yeses. And the hardest thing to understand at this moment is you're going to have to fail, and you're just going to have to start to do it, right? Like, everyone's always like, how do I start? How do I do this? How do I blah, 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 blah. You got to put in the time to just start it. Even if you got whatever your situation is, even if it's not the best situation, you just started. Boom, today. Today, I'm going to start doing X, Y, and Z, and that's what we're going to do. And you announce it to the world. You let everyone know, hey, this is what I'm doing. My name is Alejandro. I run my own business. I do video, photography. We're Alpha Class Studios, and this is what we do. You ain't going to, this is what we do, right? I'm in your face, and that's where you're going to find out who's real and who's not, right? Back to either last episode or episode or two ago, they're either with you or against you. There really is no in between. You're either helping or you getting in the way. So you're gonna find out real fast, who's helping, who's not, who's getting in the way, and you're gonna be able to decipher when people say slick shit out their mouth. Like, oh, that was nice. Oh, I tried that, but I wasn't successful. And they'll put their thoughts, their values, their perspective, their failures on you. And it's on you to decide whether or not you want to make that your reality, or you want to be like, nah, fuck that shit. We out here, we alphas. We doing our thing. We ain't bowing down to nobody's reality. We ain't bowing down to nobody's opinion, right? Nobody's opinion of us matters. We only matter what we think of ourselves. Because when you're thinking about an alpha, your alpha mindset should always be, I'm a winner. I'm always going to get this done. No matter what the task is, It's never too hard. It's never impossible. I don't give a shit what the fuck you got in here or in here. It's never impossible. You can always succeed. You can always find the path. Remember, over, under, around, through it, even sometimes. But you got to find a path, no matter what it is. I want you to remember, you are the baddest motherfucker on this planet. No matter what you going through, no matter how tough you think it is. Even if you're losing your brain, you getting frustrated. Today, I got so frustrated. I had to stop, pull over the car. I had to yell because I was so mad. But oh damn, my phone going off. But you know what the point was is that we always get to that boiling point. We're always thinking like, yo, like if one more thing happens, I'm gonna lose my shit. But I want you to be able to put this in perspective. When that moment comes, I want you to just drop everything. Just stop. And look around. And listen. And nothing's going to happen, right? The one thing that I learned today when I was sitting there getting frustrated with everything that was going wrong on the day was I was thinking to myself, I just stopped and just thought, like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen right now with all my frustrations and everything like that? And nothing happened, right? I didn't die. Nobody came and slapped me in the face. No one told me I was a loser, a failure. I didn't lose anything. The world didn't blow up. And I think just taking the 5 seconds to just understand everything is going wrong, but the one thing that we can keep in control is our composure and the way we smile and the way that we view every situation. You know, a lot of people always take a bad day and be like, man, you know, like this, and this, I'm having a bad day, blah, blah, blah. It's all about perspective, baby. You know what I mean? If I don't have bad days anymore because I'm not allowing every single thing to happen. People will string every single thing in a day and be like, compile it. That's wrong. If something happened in the morning, blow it off, whatever. Something happened in the evening, the afternoon, whatever. And you'll find yourself in a much more chiller mood because you're not, it's almost like you're taking it personal in a sense, right? And don't worry about it. Let it slide off your shoulder. It don't matter. You better than this. You an alpha. You a commander. You a captain. You got this shit, baby. So don't ever think about, you know, losing your shit. When you feel like you're about to lose your shit, just take 5 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And just stop. Stop feeding into your emotions. Stop feeding in whatever is driving you crazy. And just stop. And watch. Nothing's going to happen. And you're going to find yourself right back to reset button. And that's the biggest thing that you want to be able to take away. You know what I mean? All the rejection that you're living in, all this negativity that you find in your face, because trust me, you're going to find a lot more naysayers and laughter in your face in the beginning of what you're trying to achieve, because no one's going to believe that you can do what they can't do. You got to be that person that believes that you can do that. I know you can do that. I want you to remember that always, that dude Dro got your back. Every time you fucking got something in your head that's going negative, just have that thought. You got this, baby. You the alpha. Ain't nothing going to stop you except for you.